This video is sponsored by the Chosen Prime. Link in the description down below. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Starscream. Oh wait, that's actually the ice cream truck. What's going on, everybody? S.L.B coming at you with another video review. This time we're taking a look at Transformers masterpiece MP-52 Destron Air Commander Starscream version 2. Whoa, too far. Bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. There we go, right there. Before we get into the figure, let's take a quick look at the packaging like we always do. Front of the packaging has your typical Transformers masterpiece logo, Takara Tomy, MP-52 Destron Air Commander Starscream version 2.0. Actually, it's version 3. Controversy, ooh. And goddamn would you look at that product shot. I gotta admit, I am a fan of the pictures that were taken of Starscream here in his alt mode and robot mode. Top of the packaging has Transformers masterpiece, yada yada yada. Both sides of the packaging has Transformers masterpiece jargon, as well as some nice product shots of the figure in his alt mode and robot mode. Bottom of the packaging has Transformers masterpiece and a whole bunch of Japanese that I have no idea what it says because, hang on, let me Google how not to sound racist. Back of the packaging has a wonderful array of product shots that highlight just about every damn thing this figure can do. Hold on to your tits, folks. This is gonna be a long review. Why don't you grab a drink and let's go on this ride together. Since this is an officially licensed product from Takara, what's one thing that is always guaranteed with a masterpiece figure? No, not the instructions. I am referring to the bio card. Wonderful artwork on the front showcasing Starscream in his alt mode and robot mode. On the back you have a product shot of Starscream in both modes, as well as tech specs and some more Japanese that I cannot read because, well, I can barely speak English. You want me to try to translate Japanese? Let's take a look at the instructions now. For the love of Christopher Collins, can we not
get a booklet to Carl?
Okay, so first thing we have is a new mold of Megatron in his alt mode, which is a Walther P-38 handgun. Made completely out of plastic, it feels very light in hand. The paint is top notch because it has that gunmetal gray that I love oh so much. Comparing it to the original Megatron gun that came with MP-11, it's half the size but still has that G1 vibe going for it. You can store the gun underneath in airplane mode, however, you can't store the gun while using the flight stand. Womp womp. You can also hold the gun in robot mode, however, it does not plug in very well and the fingers have a hard time getting a good grip on the handle. Speaking of weaponry, MP-52 comes with his iconic fusion cannons. You get two because that's just standard with all Seekers, and they are both made out of a gray plastic with some molded details in them. In robot mode, you can plug them into his arms to give him his iconic look, or you can flip down a handle and Starscream can hold them in his hands. Unfortunately, the grip is not that great and the peg isn't secure. Speaking of flipping things around, check this out. Cool, right? I know. Now it's time for everyone's favorite thing. Hey, remember that one thing from that one episode? Well, in this case, it's two things from 2 episodes. Season 2 episodes The Core and Cosmic Rust. First accessory is a drill attachment that can be connected to Starscream's wrist just by inserting the peg from his wrist into the hole on the drill. So now you can reenact that one scene from the Season 2 episode, you know, when Starscream used a drill attachment to explain to Megatron what would happen if he carried out his plan, because, you know, Megatron's plans always worked out. Next accessory is another hand attachment. This time it is from the Transformers episode Cosmic Rust. You remember when Megatron got hit in the chest with a piece of meteorite and Starscream pulled it from his body? Yeah, he used this claw. Well, here it is. Made out of gray plastic but painted beautifully in this gorgeous purple paint. You can attach the claw hand just like the drill bit. Oh yeah, and speaking of Cosmic Rust, MP-52 also comes with said piece from the meteorite that gets implanted into Meg's robot boob. It too is also painted in that outstanding purple paint. And if you want, you can have Starscream hold it in either his claw appendage or his hands. Okay, let's be honest, this thing looks like a purple kidney stone. Could you imagine pushing a kidney stone that big out? Whew. Ow, ow. Next up in the ever-growing list of accessories are 5 blast effects. These identical effects are used for the rear thrusters in airplane mode, or you can plug them into Starscream's heels in robot mode. Next 3 are made specifically for the weaponry, either his arm cannons or Megatron. What do you call a person with many faces? Multifaceted. That's not a joke. I literally just learned that right now. You get 5, yes, 5 additional faces for MP-52 here, and each one just screams Starscream. That was kind of a joke. Did you laugh? You get the standard face that comes packaged with the figure. You have a smirking face, which is probably the best one for Starscream. This one has a smirk like he's planning something against Megatron. Next one is his O face, like someone shoved something up his tailpipe and it caught him off guard. After that is what happens when they don't stop pushing it up there. And the last one is a nice big smile like Starscream is saying that he likes what just happened. Oh god, I almost forgot about the biggest accessory that is included with MP-52. And no, I'm not talking about this little clear piece of plastic. Made out of purple plastic, the base pieces are modular, so you can plug them together using the offset pegs in any way you want. So there is no wrong way to put them together. Next thing to complete the stand is the stand itself. I'm pretty sure that sentence didn't make any sense. Whatever configuration you have for the base, you take the stand and using the 4 square pegs, you plug them into the ports in the base, and ta-da! You have a flight stand. So you take the clear piece and plug it into the bottom portion of the jet, and then you take the clear piece and put it on the peg of the stand, and voila. I mean, you can also use it in robot mode. It's that same procedure, except in this case, the bottom part of the jet is on his back. And yes, it is a definite upgrade from the original flight stand that came with the MP-11 figures. Right out of the packaging, I have one, I want to say, red flag about MP-52, and that's how light he feels compared to other Masterpiece Seekers. There does seem to be some die-cast metal in this figure, but it's not a lot. Moving on, the alt mode is spectacular from the top. From the bottom, you can clearly tell that there's a robot hiding underneath. But let's not dwell on the negative and move on to the positive, and the positives are plenty. The paint and sculpt work on this figure is awesome. The gray that encompasses the body of the jet mode has that Air Force feel to it, yet it still gives off that cartoon aesthetic. Pay no attention to the 2 different shades of red Takara used for the air intakes though. Again, let's not dwell on the negative and focus on the positive. On the wings, you get a nice red and white pinstripe that flows from the body of the jet to the end of the wings. Following up the red and white stripe is the ever so iconic and mandatory Decepticon symbol. Are they facing the right way? Let the internet begin their squabbling. Go ahead and squabble. Finishing off the entire body are a pair of blue tail fins that really top off the look of the jet mode. The overall look and shape of the jet mode screams F-15 Eagle. Okay, it's Starscream. It's supposed to be an F-15 and not like, say, farm equipment. You do have molded bits of detail throughout the top portion of the jet that give it a real-world feel. Some people may be turned off by the lines that break up the mold for transformation, but to me, I feel like it adds to the presence. Okay, this figure doesn't really turn me on, it was just a bit for the video. I mean, seriously, who's ever gotten horny off a cartoon character? Discovering you hit puberty aside, like I was saying, the lines throughout, regardless if it's the details or where you break the mold for transformation, it all adds to the character of the jet mode. What really surprised me is the fact that the quote, new version, doesn't really look at all different at first glance from the MP-11 mold. Yes, there are differences throughout, but it has that same energy about it. I mean, duh, they're both F-15 Eagles. Okay, moving on to transformation, don't let all the moving parts scare you. It can feel intimidating when you are first transforming the legs because the rear tail fins disappear and you're thinking to yourself, how does that happen? Wait, hang on. This is a thing you can do if you want. It's not for me, but you can do it if you want to. Okay, quick disclaimer, I kind of messed up the transformation a little bit, so I had to take the figure off camera, kind of go back into jet mode, and then figure something out and go back, but on with the video. Okay, now where was I regarding the transformation? Oh yeah. MP-52 does have some interesting pieces of engineering to kind of make things disappear, like the blue rear tail fins. It is very involved and frustrating, but at the very end, when you get to that final product, it is so satisfying to do. Okay, I'm going to be honest, when I first had MP-52 in robot mode, I kind of laughed and said to myself, what is this? To me, it just looked weird and I couldn't quite make out what was throwing me off about it. Then it dawned on me that this is based off the animation, and that is where the newer Takara Masterpiece figures are gearing towards. I'm at a loss for words on where to start with this figure. There is so much going on with MP-52, yet there is so little. The color of the plastic and paint on this figure speaks so much, yet it's very minimal. It's weird, I know. The vast majority of the figure is covered in 2 very Starscream colors. This dark gray and red, and I have to say that I'm loving them together. The gray tones down the red, and that kind of mutes the paint to where it's not vibrant and bright. And I like that about MP-52. The blue in the hands and shins and feet, it's fantastic. I think that gunmetal gray helmet and face really make those metallic red eyes give you a feeling like they're just staring daggers at you. There is very little to no detail in robot mode, and I get it. It's based off the animation. It's that simplicity and smoothness that really just captures your attention. Articulation on MP-52 has its hits and misses. Hit, the range and motion in the head is top level. He can look down and look up, and that makes it so expressive. Miss, there is a lack of rotation in the thumb, and that makes it hard for Starscream to get a grip on things. And I have no issues on getting a grip on my lack of videos. I know, I suck. Hit, butterfly joints in the shoulder gives him more options for some great poses. Miss, everyone's saying it, so I might as well too. No way, swivel. Miss, the legs really can't go back. And another miss, the severe lack of feet articulation. Okay, let's first compare MP-52 with a couple other Seeker molds that I have. MP-11 and Make Toys. I have a really hard time trying to convey my feelings toward the comparisons. Yes, MP-52 is shorter. Yes, the wingspan on the back is shorter. Yes, he looks hella toon accurate. But this is a great example of having options. It all depends on your taste. And in all honesty, I can't give you a real opinion on how MP-52 looks with the figures because my collection isn't very toon accurate. I think that may be changing though. Okay, Takara, let's have a quick chat. When was the last time someone used a road map? When was the last time someone was traveling cross country and they pulled into a gas station and they got a road map? No one knows how to fold those back up. Seriously, would it kill you to do an instruction booklet? Oh well, I actually fold that up. Kind of take back that little rant there. Nobody cares about that one accessory from that one episode. Okay, some people may care. Myself personally, I don't. Get rid of that shit. Okay, call me crazy, but I kind of like the blast effects. Kind of sucks you only get one of each kind. It'd be cool to kind of get like a pair, like one short, one long version of the same blast effect. Just because there's not a lot of die cast in this figure doesn't mean it's a bad figure. Yes, it's very top heavy because that's where a lot of the die cast is, but again, it's not a bad figure just because there's not a lot of die cast in it. There's really not a lot you can do with this in robot mode. Now, if this extended, you can do some cool stuff, but since it doesn't really, like, you can put it here and have the robot like that, and this is shorter, and it just, no. Now, the cool thing, I think, I mean, since they're doing Starscream here, you know they're gonna do the other two Seekers, so you're gonna get a Skywarp and a Thundercracker. Based off of the pictures I've seen on the Chosen Prime website, the Skywarp version of this comes with another flight stand. Not 100% sure if Thundercracker comes with one, but I know Skywarp does, according to the product shots on the website. And the cool thing about this being modular is that you may be able to connect them. So what does that mean? It means you can put them together, and hopefully they're the same color. But like I was saying, you can connect them together and have some cool like flight poses. And maybe once I get the other Seeker, yes, I pre-ordered them all, I'll show it off how it looks to have them all connected together and in cool, like, weird ways. No waste, swivel. There, I said it. Let's move on. Everyone else has said it. Move on. If you want that toon accurate robot mode, this the bot for you. I like him. I really do. I don't remember which video it was, but I said it earlier, like, my taste is changing. I don't want that 50-50 ratio anymore. You know, I like the realistic vehicle and kind of the animated robot. It's a weird thing, I know. I'm evolving. I mean, QC issues aside, I like them. Speaking of your pants falling down while you're doing a video review, I'd like to thank the Chosen Prime for sponsoring this video. You can shop thousands of figures such as Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Marvel Legends. You can earn points on every purchase. Anything over $150, it's free shipping. Link to the website as well as their social media will be in the description down below. I'd also like to thank HiddenToys.net for sponsoring this video. Use the special code in the description down below to earn 15% off your purchases. You can purchase art from Candace Santoro, friends of the channel, Brother Kyle, and Mike Kincaid, Nikotronus, and more. Links to their website as well as that promo code, again, will be in the description down below. If you like this video, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment in the comments section down below. Follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Links to everything will be in the description down below. And don't forget to buy my shirt, link in the description down below. This is S.L.B, and this has been my review of MP-52 Destron Air Commander Starscream version 2.0. And this is S.L.B saying, I'm gonna go buy bigger shelves.